Welcome back to the channel that has been dead for a long while right now. And truth be told, I myself have been some sort of dead inside, outside, physically, mentally, spiritually as well. So there has been a lot going on, especially during this big period that I have been missing from my channel. I apologize for my inactivity. I will try to do my best. I will try to be a better person. But in the meantime, my friend just got married. Congratulations to him, and a very bright, hopefully a very enjoyable, joyous, beautiful, bright future to the newlywed couple. And with that, let's dive into today's trailer. First trailer. I have heard that there are multiple trailers that have dropped by now, and I have seen only 2 of them. And this is the Dragon, Prashanth Neel's Dragon, featuring Junior NTR on the birthday of Junior NTR. I am watching it 1 or 2 days later, I presume, and hopefully I haven't missed anything so much till now. And without any more delay, let's dive into it in 3, 2, 1. Okay, Wi-Fi, do your job, man.
It's true. ब्रिटिश आए तो थे हिंदुस्तान की रुई, लोहे और मसालों के लिए, मगर 250 साल तक यहाँ रह जाने की वजह थी एक पौधा. They came here for the opium poppy, which produces the most addictive substance in the world, heroin. दुनिया में ये ओपियम सबसे ज्यादा उगता था 2 जगहों में, अफगानिस्तान और गोल्डन ट्रायंगल. अंग्रेजों ने इन जगहों पर कब्जा करके इस ओपियम ट्रेड का 95% कंट्रोल कर लिया. In 1947, when the British left India, they also left behind the most profitable business in the world. और तब ये कारोबार 2 हिस्सों में बट गया, अफगान ट्रेडिंग कंपनी और गोल्डन ट्रेडिंग कंपनी. तब शुरू हुए ये ओपियम वॉर्स, और तब पैदा हुए ये विलेंस.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. On the first day, God created light. On the second day, He created the sky and the water. On the third day, He created the land and the vegetation. And on the
This has a
fourth
little
day,
more
He
color
made the
than
sun
color.
and the moon and the stars.
What I can say?
On the fifth day, He created the creatures in the sea and the birds in the sky. On the sixth day, He made the animals and the humans.
And 91 deaths.
And on the seventh day, God rested. And then the devil was born.
NTR is the devil. Anti-villain, I guess. They don't make them proper villain
खुदा
nowadays.
की एक मेहर है मुझ पर, अगर दबा के अफसोस नहीं करता.
Sounds good though.
सोते वक्त सपने में उनकी शक्ल नहीं आती जिनको मारा है, सिर्फ उनकी आती है जो अभी तक बचे हैं.
He looks menacing. Lean and menacing.
भटकते हुए भी मेरे सपनों में मत आ जाना.
और मुझे डाउट है जलील साहब,
ये पौधा अफीम ज्यादा उगाता है या विलन?
Anil Kapoor.
इस कहानी में तो सभी विलन है।
लिखने वाला भी जानता है कि जब विलन के जुल्म बढ़ जाते हैं तो एक हीरो को मैदान में उतारना पड़ता है। इस बार वो कैरेक्टर आपका है, आपको ही रोकना है।
He's Anil Kapoor. Dang. Ravi Rapoor. Rapoor. But it's going to be a cast number. His face is looking very intense here. That is, I'm going to say this. NTR's face is looking very intense. Okay, 4 minutes 30 seconds. That is a very long teaser of Dragon. First things first, a big portion of it was made from AI. The introduction, I think, especially the shots of the British Empire, the people of the British, the army troops of the British, the marching that they showed. I believe that is completely made from AI, and it is reasonable because I believe that all of those shots are may or may not be in the film. That is especially curated, especially made for that trailer, the teaser, and makes sense because in the last movie, Salar, the Prashanth Neel's last movie, Salar, he got heavily criticized for making the movie a little too condensed. A lot of information and a lot of plot line, all of them condensed a little too much in one movie, making it a little too heavy to digest for a lot of viewers, including me. So I believe that is why he is going for this route, where he is giving all the information, necessary information early on through the mediums of teaser, trailer, so that everyone has the idea about the what the scenario that they are diving into, what the story is going to be about. So that is the whole intention that I am understanding for the teaser till now. And for that, if you are using AI to recreate some of those scenarios that are very hard, to be very honest, you want to create a particular shot that is only going to be there for 2 seconds or 3 seconds, in which you are showing medieval time or medieval British Empire time, where the people of the army of British are marching through the route, and they are wearing the costumes they used to wear back at that time, with the weaponaries of that period as well, and so many extras, so many background artists. That is a very heavy, very costly shoot, to be very honest. And if you can somehow create it through AI, that gives a good generation. We all know that there are certain tells of AI shot that it is going to be way too smooth for its own good. The movement are going to be way too smooth. If there are multiple characters, there are going to be some movement, some animation that are going to be similar in almost all of the characters, and in these shots as well, it seems like that the tells are there. If you observe a little deeply, you can see them. And as I said, it is a marketing material, so they have used it wisely, I hope so. And as far as I have heard, it is a 500-600 crore budget movie. So having a AI shot in the middle of that kind of a budget movie makes no sense to me. And apart from that, the whole AI portion was the filter heavy. They used multiple filters, multiple effects, so that every footage seems like they have blended in, they have merged in and belong to the same timeline and all of that, so that it gives a wholesome holistic and experience and doesn't bring you out of the illusion. That was the first portion. And coming to the story, as it has described, it is going to be heavily focusing on the opium trade before and after British Empire, before and after the end of British Empire, and how the opium trade went on between the Afghan side of opium cartel and the Golden Triangle side of the opium cartel. And it's going to be interesting. Obviously, Prashanth Neel has his own cinematic style, has his own visual language. He likes to create his world, create his dynamics, create his character, and put his over-the-top characters in a world that is epic. To say in short, the world is epic, and he likes to create those big interconnected world. And visual, in terms of visuality, there is a little more color in this movie, at least in this trailer, compared to what we saw in the whole movie of Salar, or at least KGF 1 2. But at least a heavy portion of it, heavy portion of the cinematography, heavy portion of the color grading is still reminiscent of what we have seen in KGF 1 and 2 and Salar. So the visual language hasn't changed that much. The cinematography style, the production design, the landmark, and the color grading, almost everything, at least at a heavy portion of almost everything, is very much similar to that of Salar and KGF 2 that we have seen. Similar to this point, that if I take one shot from Salar and put it in this trailer, I don't know if anyone is going to recognize it or differentiate it from any point of view. But that is his storytelling style, that is his go-to visual style. We can understand that. But at this point, to be very honest, I am a little tired of that gritty, grungy, dark color tone visual style, and his hyper speed slow motion kind of editing patterns. Although he world building depends on that kind of editing, depends on that kind of color grading, depends on that kind of production design heavily, because he is focusing on that kind of landmark, that kind of plot line, that kind of characters. So I don't know. I know the movie's scale is going to be epic. The budget, the cinematography, the locations, everything's looking good. NTR is looking lean. He is looking in shape, muscular, very gritty, and very intense. All the expressions are looking very. NTR in this movie is looking like the villain that he was trying to be in War 2, and he is looking more menacing in here than compared to whatever War 2 was. I personally believe that he looked his best in Devra. That little long hair looked a little chubby, but long haired, strong guy. I like that look of him. Lean, also he is looking good, heavy beard, muscular body, but the intensity is there. The intensity is in his face, and he looks like a guy who is no nonsense, doesn't give a shit about what the other person is thinking or not. If something goes out of his way, something happens that doesn't align with his motive, he's going to be ruthless, and that shows. It shows how intense he is. And hopefully the movie is going to be coming in 2027, still in post process. I think the shoot, a little portion of shooting is to be done, but hopefully we'll get to see what the end product is, and I hope it is going to be good. Junior NTR has been going through a little rough patch, especially with Devra and War 2. Hopefully this is his big comeback that he is wishing for. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and for more videos like this, subscribe to Omlan Rexo.